Well, hi there.
I'm here. So are you?
So am I. How are you?
I'm doing fine. We were geek tanking, and I was like, I'll just join into the other side on this. And as soon as I did, the music was playing, and I'm like, well, that's it. I gotta go now. Bye. Because it was like coming out of this browser window, and it was broadcasting out into the Geek Tank browser window. And I'm like, whoa! Confusion is now ensuing. Oh, it was beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, well. That's what we get for doing multiple goofy, weird things. I don't even know, man. Oh, man. So how you doing so far?
It's been a day.
It has been a day. But can adapt. Next time on Fox. I am futzing with.
So there's a new game that came out called the Cult of the Lamb. And I got I got commissioned to do a couple of pieces for it for a streamer.
Nice.
Because I did my cartoony style art. And they're like, oh my god, that's so cute. It works so perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to bring that down some. I am working. I decided to randomly work on my enemy starships for this, and that's my enemy starship right here. Sort of starting to kind of form up here. And so that's what we're building over here.
Yeah, I've kind of been working off and on comic all day, this comic page all day today. Like, it's kind of bugged me. Oh, why is it doing that? And so I've been
maybe there. Make that kind of work there. I want the engines to be similar in design and operation, but I want them to look significantly different than the ones that Unity uses. So I'm messing with that. This is interesting. We had a guest on Geek Tank tonight that was a buddy of ours who is a cosplayer, and she was going on. We were just talking a lot about cosplay in general, and I was thinking about how, for me, I like to I don't like to cosplay in the same way because I just like to wear Starfleet uniforms, which is different than cosplay. There's a difference
Yeah.
in sort of like, and I was just talking about how many different sort of cultures, subcultures there are inside cosplay. How interesting it is that there are the people who like to be super screen accurate to whatever it is that they're doing, but they don't care about the acting side. There are people who care about the acting part and portraying the character, but being accurate's not so important. There are people who both of those are very important. Then there are people who are in uniform because they're wearing like 501st who wears stormtrooper outfits and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these different cool aspects. All these people do different things. It's fascinating.
And then you get into the fursuiters, and that's another level
Yeah,
of
furries.
cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Furries, I think, has been around long enough that they sort of are the one that a lot of people get in, see, and think are really weird, right? Because I think they were even around in the '90s enough that they hit mainstream a couple of times. And when they did, it was always these guys are really weird and they're doing something sexual about this and they're creepy, sort of, you know what I mean? Like, and they got embedded with that, which is kind of a bummer because the furry cosplayers they have an entire culture where they can't talk and they can't say things. They have to be the animal or the character. And that adds to their pseudo creepiness that everybody seems to believe exists, which is kind of bizarre. But it's like anything, I guess. People pick up these things.
But they also kind of do it to themselves too.
To be fair, there's a certain amount of they do it to themselves. You're right.
I mean, I have been around that section long enough.
Culture.
Yeah. Which brings up an interesting point because it's like, when I do my art, particularly my furry art, I don't consider myself a furry.
Right.
But I do a lot of artwork for furries. So I'm in kind of one of those weird areas where I consider myself a furry artist.
You could shave and that just, make it a lot better.
I know, but
Yeah, sometimes it's just difficult. I get it. Just a little too close to the hull there, guys. Trying to decide if this inner engine pod needs to be even smaller, probably. But first, I'll put out 50%. Sorry, I'm arguing with. We meet this ship in the next issue. Or we may not, but either way, I'm going to have to work on it. So. Too big. I think it's too big. We'll go down 50% from here. Maybe 75%. Yeah, and that's the other thing is like when you're part of the culture, when you're an artist operating in the culture, does that make you part of the culture? You know what I mean?
Like, I consider myself part of the culture, but I don't go as deep as other people into the culture,
They're not big enough for the two of us. Wait, what?
No, my mouth.
No.
I know you are doing important things, but I
You're not.
feel it incumbent upon me to inform you that we don't have a cat named Sir Patrick Ewart.
Oh man, we should.
Right?
That'd be so cool. You need to like there. That way we.
I can also tell Kaden that we don't have a cat named Sir Patrick Ewart, and I'm sad.
That is sad.
That is right. It's like a deficiency.
Yes. I don't know if I should take a good one.
Hey, my teeth are all clean.
Your teeth are all clean.
Yay! And so is the kids. Oh, hey, Brian. Before you go, look at this. This is cool. Wait.
Oh,
They've already got them set up and rigged for the.
nice. I like those.
Yeah. I would get one, but I never want to get one.
I think you might want to get one.
So, yeah, we were talking about cosplay over on Geek Tank, and I went out and I was like talking about how I don't generally wear cosplay because all I really do want to wear is Star Trek uniforms. And then I was like, oh, I think the newest Picard season 3 has these really nice double-breasted sort of next-gen versions of the Star Trek, sort of the Monster Maroons. And I really want to get one. And I was just looking online and I was like, ooh, they've got them online, So I'm like, I kind of want to get one. Yeah. And the good news is that
Guy. I don't cosplay. Also guy. But they have the new suit that
I wandered
everyone
away
wears.
to talk to the kid. Sorry. I escaped. I fled. What?
I know. I was being a little shit on stream.
I see. You were being ornery.
I said, here's Guy. I don't cosplay. Also Guy. But there's this new uniform I want to start wearing.
Well, and that was what we were talking about. Was we were like, is wearing uniforms, is that cosplay? And it is. And that's what we were discussing. It's like there's different aspects of it. Because I don't want to be Picard. I don't want to be Spock. I want to be Commander Guy. It's still me. I'm just in uniform. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but you're cosplaying.
But I'm still cosplaying. And it's like, that's an interesting, different aspect of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
If I were serious about it, did you send it okay? Yay.
I have permission to buy it.
You know what, guys? This is what your fun account is for. Buy it out
This
of
is
your
what
fun
my fun
account.
account is for. This is what my fun account is for. This is exactly what my fun account is for. We have decided recently to give me an actual account of money of which I could actually do stuff with.
But he hasn't learned to use it yet.
No, because I'm kind of dense, so I'm trying to figure that one out.
You have it. It's all about you, guys.
It's all about me.
I don't know why I'm going into this much detail for a sketch page.
Because you're a perfectionist, like all of us people. We probably need, mental assistance or something.
Okay. So I sent Amanda a whole bunch of stuff tonight. So I hope she's happy with me.
I'm sure she'll be super happy with you. I'll ask her tomorrow. I'm having lunch with her, so because I have a to-do list like this long that we're just going to sit down over ramen and hack at it.
I did not finish my to-do list yet, but I at least have a good chunk of it all.
Well, that's the best part. I'll be right back, guys. That's the best part that... oh, wait. Hey, wait. I got this thing. I got this. Wait. I got this. This is cool.
What have you got?
Wait. That way, I can go on hold without them having to
I can still hear you.
No, you can't. Pretend you're not listening. Wait, how do I fix it so that I can't? How can you still hear me? You shouldn't be able to hear me at all.
I have muted him that way.
So the interesting thing is, apparently, it doesn't take the audio from OBS at all. That's not an option. It'll take the audio from my line in, but it's not taking the audio from OBS.
So where's it getting the audio from?
Direct from in this
okay.
part, it was taking it direct from the camera on here, which is why turning down the volume on my mixer wasn't adjusting the loudness of my voice. Because you're like, you're really loud. Well, of course I am. I was talking right to this camera's microphone instead of my nice microphone through my mixer. Now I can turn my microphone down or turn my microphone up over here on the mixer, and I can go wee.
Please stop.
Like, that's really irritating.
And now you're practically on.
There we go.
Okay.
Do I sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Yep. So that was cool and weird and weirdly cool.
In which we learn a lot.
I went and got my teeth cleaned today. Yay!
Yay!
I always love teeth cleanings. I mean, I hate teeth cleanings, but I love the feeling after the teeth cleaning, where my teeth don't feel grody and gross.
Yeah, your audio is much better now.
Yeah, it should be. It should be coming out of my...
It's also less staticky now.
Yeah. Well, it's a $300 mixer, so I would hope it was working right.
So, yep. I am putting this ship together here.
You know, I have to wonder if there's not one more level of cosplay that is at work right now that we aren't discussing,
Okay.
that should be discussed, because it's interesting. And that is the VTubers. Is that all? Would that also be considered cosplay?
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's a whole thing in itself.
It is.
Like, you don't spend, like, there are some people that spend up to $4,000 on their virtual avatars.
Yeah. You're right.
And look at, you know, personalities like Iron Mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, her entire thing is linked to her avatar. And like the one VTuber I follow, Tess, her husband actually recently, back in May, had a little bit of a crisis because it was the first time that he really got to see her as a virtual cosplayer, because everything that he had heard about with the VTubing from the bigger VTubers happened to her during our subathon.
Oh.
And that's when he kind of had this thing of, okay, we need to discuss this. Hey, Patsy! But it's a very interesting thing because it's a cosplay. It's its own style of cosplay, but it's a cosplay.
You're saying avatars? You mean that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's the VTuber avatars.
Okay, I may not know exactly what we're talking about. Is that like a face tracking avatar online, so it turns you into something else?
No, you have a complete, like, 3D model rigged.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a program called VTube Studio, and it'll track your face, but it'll make the 3D avatar that you've made. It will manipulate it live.
Okay, yeah,
screen.
that's what I thought. I was just making sure that I kind of understood that.
And they even have things for it, like there's a program called TITS. It's a Twitch integrated something. Anyways, it allows your audience to interact with your virtual avatar.
But just the boobs.
No. The whole thing. But no, that's the joke with the entire thing.
I figured it was. I figured that was the joke.
Yeah. But it allows them to interact. It allows the audience to interact with the cosplay, as it were.
Right. I haven't switched to this mode yet.
And
Patsy
it's quite
saying that. I just wanted to say to respond. Thank you, Patsy, for liking Bellatrix Rising. Just saying. Sorry, Patsy's my target audience, so if Patsy doesn't like the comic, I'm like, well, must be doing something wrong. You were heading somewhere else. I cut you off. I didn't mean to.
no, I cut myself off. Sorry. But I mean, that's a whole lot of cosplay, particularly now that they're starting to go to shows.
Okay, now that was the question I was headed for. Are they actually at the cons? And if so, how does that
Oh
work?
my god!
Fascinating.
Let me show you what they did at Anime Expo. Hang on.
The engine is not aligned. Oh god.
So, hang on, private chat. Okay, I'm sending you a so on the con floor.
I'm just did IRL tech support on my way. Why not? No, it's my old job. You guys are good. Thank you so much.
It did the. Do you want to try YouTube? Try the YouTube thing. Try it, and at the top of the volume control. So while I was trying to hit volume off, it instead decided to go, oh, good, you want to try the YouTube thing. Instead, and I'm like, I need to turn the volume down.
So they had a booth that they were doing like little mini panels on.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a full-blown panel. So that one's the mini panel. Connor Iron Mouse.
I wonder, now I'm looking at this going, I wonder if there's a way that I could do it so that it was like effectively. Okay, so they just put up big screens and the characters come in and do the.
Well, if you look, there's a camera up top.
Uh-huh.
So the person playing the character could actually see live and have a reaction and have a conversation right there.
No, I'm watching
in real time.
I'm watching this here, and this is fascinating to me.
Oh, and it goes one step. So there's also a panel as well with Connor and Iron Mouse, and I've linked that one for you.
Well, I'm watching it now. I think it auto-played to that one anyway.
But they have her on a gigantic screen that's like human-sized.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I noticed that she's sitting at this table effectively. They've got her lined up. So she's sitting at the table.
Yep.
That's intriguing.
And she was taking questions live and interacting live with the audience.
Zorch just went off the screen. Huh, fascinating. This is intriguing. Like, super intriguing to watch. Huh. That was wild, dude.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's also something that kind of would be fun to do here. I mean, that was what I was just thinking, was on an extension of that. What if I got, one of the made a virtual 3D model and then imported it in? If so, I could theoretically have one of my maquettes being virtually me.
Yes, you'd have to get it rigged.
Sure. But I mean, it could. I mean, if I wanted to put in the time and effort for that, that could actually be kind of fun.
And hire the person to rig it.
Or I could rig it. I'm pretty good at 3D.
Rigging is its own nightmare.
I'm sure it's a nightmare. I'm sure I would regret my life choices. I'm also sure that I'm poor.
Yeah.
So, and it would be for entertainment purposes, comedy purposes, whatever.
But yeah, it's an entire
zone.
thing.
It's its own thing. Yeah, that's wild. I always wonder about people like who are doing that. Like, are a certain number of those people, is this an extension of the people who played female avatars on in games and stuff like that, but ended up being male? Is there a certain percentage of these people who are male? Makes me
yes. And there's male VTubers, there's female VTubers.
Well, and then the ones that are...
There are VTubers who are male that have female avatars. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, because I mean, I think if I were to have an avatar, it would probably likely be Chang. And if it was Chang, then it'd be kind of weird, because then I'd be like, well, I'm not really Chang, Hi, I'm Captain Chang, Just kind of mess with the situation a little bit there.
I mean, there are voice changers you could use.
There are. I also, one of the things I have thought about doing, and I've thought about this doing this a lot because I play female characters all the time. There are ways that you can learn to train your voice to sound female, because trans people do that quite a bit. Because, of course, obviously, before they go through the hormone therapy, before they go through all of that, they are already in transition. And so there are actually all these YouTube videos that I've been watching that I've been fascinated, because I've been thinking about doing that because I play female characters all the time. And recently, our internal group has been putting on accents to indicate I'm now in character. I'm now asking a question about rules, so I'm out of character. Well, my characters are always female, so I was like, I wonder if maybe I should just learn to do that and then switch to female voice for in character and then male voice for out of character. And I thought that'd be kind of a cool skill to have. So I haven't been working on it yet. I've been thinking about it. And so it's been one of those kind of ponderables. But it could also be one of those things where you have, again, the female avatar and sounds like a female, but it's really me. Because, of course, the whole thing, you can't just use falsetto. That doesn't work.
No, so, it's its own style.
It's its own style. All right. That engine looks solid. Let's go back into object mode. It's completely off its axis, but that's all right. So... Oh, hey, Patsy, I think I have permission to buy the Picard season 2 uniform. Look at that. I'm gonna do that. Speaking of in uniform, I'm gonna pick up one of these guys. I think that'll be awesome. Because in Picard season 2, they have these. They're double breasted now, which I think would be just kick butt. Not sure if they've done the micro print on the red, if it's the same. Yeah, they're just doing the delta on the micro print, which that makes me wonder if maybe they're putting the micro print on in the wrong way. Although that wouldn't be normal for this thing. Yeah, so Patsy, we were talking earlier on Geek Tank, we were talking about cosplay and all the different aspects of cosplay, and you and I cosplay in the same manner. We wear Starfleet uniforms. We don't cosplay as Picard or cosplay as Captain Janeway or cosplay as whatever. We cosplay as Starfleet officers named Guy and Patsy, which is a different aspect of cosplay from those who are like, I'm Link and I'm dressed as Link. And so I'm, going around pretending like I can knock, pots apart or whatever. Or just the ones like like Andy, who was on the show. She's a cosplayer who is really into making the costume accurate. Right. And so for her, it wasn't about being Zelda, because her favorite cosplay is Zelda. And it wasn't about her being Zelda. It was about getting the costume absolutely correct, which is actually what Mariah's aspect of cosplay is. When Mariah's into cosplay, when she gets into that world, that's what she does, is accuracy. She prefers the accuracy. And she had, one year she did Anshi from Utena, and it was so good. It was such a pretty, pretty dress. So, but it's the same thing. It's like they're not, there's that aspect, which is totally different. So like you and I, we're both into just wearing Starfleet uniforms. We wear our uniforms. Like for me, it's like I'm always in sciences, so I would never really wear a red uniform or a yellow uniform because I'm always sciences. So.
But it led to a very interesting discussion about different aspects of cosplay.
Right. So the animal.
But yeah, for like Nandesukon, I could definitely see within the next few years
we're gonna
that they would have to. Yeah.
In fact, this is interesting enough. I'm going to add this to my to-do list. Oh, I think with my phone to say I'm going to add to my to-do list to talk to Amanda about this. My to-do list is getting ridiculous.
She's gonna look at that and go, boy, we need to talk to Guy about his medicine intake, because
Right.
what the hell is a VTuber?
Well, I don't know what it is, but that's okay. I mean, the thing is that no matter which way you do this, which way you look at it, yeah, see, I'm with you on that one, Patsy. I don't know if I would either. I had a long time ago, I had a red uniform that was modified by my mom, and it was very important and special to me, and I lost it over the years, and it still makes me sad. And so if I still had that around, I don't know. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be able to wear it because I think I was 15 when I wore it last, so I am certainly not in the same size as my 15-year-old self.
But you're also not going to wear a red uniform.
Yeah. Well, not an original series red uniform. Yeah, because I don't want to die.
Yeah. I mean, that has connotations to it.
It does.
Have you seen the Stormtrooper versus Red Shirt?
Yes.
Me. Because Stormtrooper misses with all shots. Red Shirt dies anyways.
Right. That's funny.
I like how that pose turned out. Is what on YouTube? The Red Shirt versus Stormtrooper?
I thought it was just a photograph.
Yeah, it's a picture.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go get more tea, make the coffee for tomorrow, and oh, hey, I put the thing up. I'm gonna go make tea, and put the coffee up, or make coffee, and then I'll be right back, like 5 minutes, and grab my wallet so I can buy all this Star Trek stuff that I just did. So there's that. So.
Yeah, I'll bring it up here on screen so you can see it. Because it's really funny. It is. So that's it right there. It's hilarious. It is so bad, but so accurate. Excuse me.
All right.
Welcome back.
To the stage of history. I got bready things. All right.
Yes, it's actually almost done. I've got the 4 pages done, but I figured since it's not due till the 31st of this month, that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and color it.
It'll be fun. All right. We ordered this card on my birthday. That's kind of cool. All right. Okay, Patsy, I just ordered my communicator. So now I'm going to have the Fansets communicator for it, which is the best one to have. Oh no, traffic lights. I am buying the Yeah. Yes, 15 to 30 days is fine. Not now. I don't know how to make the Windows Halo work.
It's amazing when you start getting into Okay, we're back.
Are we out? Were we out?
I was out for a second there. But it's amazing to me just how much, like, speaking out a communicator.
Right.
Yes, and you're looking at the really good communicators.
Yes, the really nice ones.
And it's like, in the fur community, really nice suits have the animated heads.
Right.
And it's like, it's amazing how much a person is willing to spend on their costume. You know?
I agree.
Well, I just effectively spent $75. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
$50 for this. I'm gonna save the confirmation. $50 for this for the costume itself, even though that's not very expensive, relatively speaking. It's I'm gonna enjoy wearing the outfit, and I then spent $25 on the correct communicator.
Now, do the communicators nowadays have Bluetooth to them?
Oh, this is just this guy right here. That's essentially what it is. All it is.
Okay.
A double-sided magnet, which then can go underneath your costume like this, so that it sticks to your costume. But there's nothing to it. But it is made of metal, so it's not screwing around. But I keep them all right here above my camera, because I've got that one, and I've got my Discovery era one, so that sits underneath it.
But I'm wondering if they make one that's Bluetooth activated so that you can actually. That's wild.
But that one, I've never the communicator is just the fan sets. I went and got the fan sets one, but no, they make a Bluetooth communicator that when you tap it, it connects to your phone, and if your phone's ringing, it'll make your communicator go beep beep beep, and then you tap it and go, "This is Guy," and then it's Ken, "Hi, Guy." The problem I've always had with that one is that the Bluetooth one, the next gen one, is kind of crappy. The connection's lousy. You can't hear, things like that. Now, the Wand Company made a gorgeous Bluetooth communicator from the original series, and that one is beautiful. It's the you click it open and you can talk to it, and it sounds great. The sound is beautiful. It's so that if I was ever going to get one, it'd be the original series one from the Wand Company.
Yeah. No, what I was suddenly laughing at was I was just getting this image in Star Trek of people hitting their communicators and going, yeah, this is such and such, and it's like you can't hear anybody. You're like desperately trying to like duck into a cove just so you can talk. Yeah.
Hang on, I can't hear you. Hang on, let me get out of the crowd. Yeah, in the show, they're always like, they're surrounded by millions of people, and they're like, Picard to Enterprise. I can hear you clearly, but I want you to beam me up. And you're like, I can't hear anybody in the middle. Like, I get in a crowd like that, I can't hear anything. How do you hear anything? Yeah, I mean, right? I mean, well, it's part of my birthday money. So we opened up an account for me to use for. What I do is I get kind of sad about the fact that my partner is the one who brings in the majority of the money, and then I don't buy anything, and I don't do anything, so I just stop. And the whole thing is that, she's like, that's not fair. So for my birthday, we were talking about it on my birthday, and she was like, I'm just going to order you, we're going to open up your own account, and it'll be its own little account in our bank system, and we will just funnel a small amount of money every month to it. $15, $10, whatever. And then at some point, you can buy a Starfleet uniform with it. And I'm like, aw. So, like, literally, that's what she was talking about. And so earlier, I was like, can I get this Starfleet uniform? Because I really like the new Picard uniform for the new season is double-breasted. And I love the double-breasted uniforms. They are my favorites. And I'm like, oh, man, they finally got a double-breasted uniform. This is going to be so kick butt. And I was like, can I do that? And she's like, that's exactly what we got this account for. we literally said so that you can get uniforms. Uniforms and spaceships. That was the point.
Well, it sounds like it's going to work out really well for you.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was the whole point of that. Okay. Speaking of spaceships, Patsy, you're looking at a Commonwealth destroyer here. So this is the bad guys, so to speak. Actually, kind of wondering if I shouldn't just build that inner piece. No, because I need to build the engines so that I can put them on other ships too. So. Okay, well, I'm feeling like this Commonwealth destroyer is about ready to get itself mapped. Seems like a personal problem. Yeah, we've got to start building up, though. I went to Ren Fair, and a sword called my name. And I was like, well, that's it. I'm in trouble. And I knew it whenever the sword called my name. Like, well, this is a bad thing. I'll even bring up the sword. Because Yep. Look at that, guys. I need to figure out how to make it smaller, though. Can't. Yep. But these guys, they called this one specifically, the guy up on top, he called my name. That blade's blue. I'm going to have to go full screen because it's doing the thing. There we go. Yeah. So there you go. It called my name. I was like, well. So it's
Hey,
$700.
Guy,
Yeah.
would you want to, for Geek Tank, interview a VTuber to find out more about that culture?
Yes. That sounds like a thing. Oh, that'd be cool.
Let me talk to Tess and let me see if I can
Get permission. See if they'd be interested.
see if they'd be interested.
I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, this is, but the blade is blue with a hint of purple in it. But the thing is, these are combat capable swords. So that was the thing. I was like, oh crap. As in they are capable to go sword on sword, they're capable against armor, and they are sharp. So I'm like, crap. And it called my name. I saw it and I was like, yep, call my name. So there you go. Anyway, that was my thing. Thanks, Kate.
How would I describe Geek Tank to her?
It's a geek culture podcast. So, I mean, I would say it's a video podcast. We meet at 9:00 Mountain Time on Mondays. And if they're open, I would love to interview them in Avatar. Not out of Avatar, but in Avatar. Specify that because a lot of news agencies want to, would want them in their real world. And I don't. I specifically actually want them in their Avatar mode. So see if they're interested. We've interviewed face characters before. And so I think it would fit in really nicely with that face character construct and concept. Yep. So yeah. Anyway, after I buy this Star Trek, after I buy the Picard era uniform, which just went in and should be here in like a month or so. Okay, let's map this thing. I'm putting off mapping, but really. Yeah, well, it's got to come in from China. That's the fan sets will be here in a week. So my communicator will be here before the end of the week or before next week. So you'll see my Picard communicator. I have a different Picard communicator that somebody had made when the show first came out, but I think fan sets is better. The one that was made was gorgeous, and I don't have any problem with it, but it was definitely a different kind of critter. All right. You have to watch out for Commonwealth destroyers because they are carriers. That means they have the plague. Naturally. Everyone knows that. What are you selecting stuff for? Why would you select through? It doesn't make sense, people. Stop doing that. Stop being weird. Oh, that's not good. That's actually super bad. Oh, crap.
Okay, I've sent the question to them. Let's see what they think.
All right. This morning's show is so really bizarre.
Do you have a link to Geek Tank?
Yeah, it's well, it's www.rockymountaingeektank.com. However, I'm not sure if that's up to date. Although we've been around for frickin' 7 years, so I mean, even if it's not if we don't have the last year or two in there, you can still nothing's really changed. They're pretty much the same critter.
Okay, if I want to send her to the place, so
Yeah,
that
I'm trying to think of what would be better. Hang on, that's what I'm. You know how it goes with me. I got to talk out loud. Let me see. See if I can. Let me see if I can find. Here, I'm giving you a link. Okay, well, I feel. There you go. In the private chat. I feel like because that's our YouTube, it's probably the best place. Patsy, you're getting hooked up to the machines. That sounds remarkably horrible.
And do you have a contact I can send to her?
Yeah. Oh, you're having a sleep study. We're not helping with your sleep study. I'm just saying.
This is where the anti-sleep happens.
You can just send her straight to my email in the private chat too. We're not very conducive to sleep. I'd never. That's my problem. Is I'm the sleep study. I wouldn't fall asleep. It'd be so uncomfortable to be in the sleep study. You know. That'd be my problem. And they'd have to drug me to make me go to sleep. Hope that's readable. Whoa.
What?
Oh, it's picking up the wrong things. That's all. No, actually, I'm okay with that. It looks like a baby.
What?
What you're drawing. Looks like an embryo.
Because it is.
Well, that's creepy. You
Yes.
embryo creepy person, you. Because that actually probably makes total sense in your story and stuff, but it's not going to stop me from saying it's creepy or something. No, really, probably should stop me from that, but Are you back on Magical Girls yet?
Yes.
Is somebody pregnant? I don't want to know. Actually, wait, I don't want to know. Sounds like spoiler territory to me.
It's definitely spoiler territory.
Well, then I will leave it the heck alone.
I'm hinting at something. And this is really the first time that you're starting to see the hints of other things happening.
That you're serious about stuff, man. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, they were like, okay, but I'm with another person right now. I'm like, no, they'd have to schedule this.
Starships are complicated. So many pieces. But I mean, starships.
Yeah.
Always important. And actually, I really dig. I've always really loved the design that I had come up with for the Commonwealth destroyers. So though I'm making comments about this, I do love this ship. It's a pretty ship. It's one of my favorite designs. It is a misinterpretation of a Starfleet battleship. I love that. That's the funniest part. So there was in Starfleet battles, they had done their version of the Gorn ships. And in their version of the Gorn ships, they took a saucer and another saucer and then stuck them together and then stuck a warp nacelle on the top and then stuck a warp nacelle on the bottom. And some of them had little wings and some of them didn't. But all you got with Starfleet battles at the time in the 80s were half-inch by half-inch chits with silhouettes of the ship on it. So I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know what they were doing. So all I saw was a saucer with wings with a fin coming out the back of it. And I was like, oh, that looks sweet. So to me, it looked like this design, where it had a saucer and then wings and then this fin coming out the back. And that's what it looked like. And later I found that that was a warp nacelle and not a fin, but you wouldn't know from the silhouette from the top. Over the years, of course, I've fallen in love with the half saucer ships. Like, for example, the Intrepid class from Star Trek. These half saucers. And they've got like these beautiful half saucer starships that I've been really digging. And so over the years, my full saucer starship became a half saucer starship and has evolved into this lovely design. And I love this design quite a bit.
The more you know.
Yep, well, we spend quality time in this show talking about the history of things.
Yep. No, that's the thing.
What we do here.
Like that's the thing with the culture, is it also evolves. Like misinterpretations of one aspect can set off entire things.
Entire cultures of things. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is my beautiful misinterpretation of a Gorn starship from Starfleet Battles. Starfleet Battles was one of my earliest influences. And the best part about this, though, is it's absolutely my design. It's a complete design of my own. And bringing it into the Bellatrix Rising universe, I have to have certain elements in the world. We have to have a gravity sensor that's a huge fin. All ships now must have these gravity sensors. And I love the fact that that was the fin. That I was like, well, that's cool. I can just integrate that in as this Commonwealth ship's gravity sensor. It needs it. And as part of the technology of my story, it needs to have that so it can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Faster than
I'll
light.
be right back.
See you in a minute. You don't have a hold screen like I do. I'm just saying. You're like, I will figure this out. That works. sometimes when I work with Blender, it does a funky thing where it creates a setup whereby it duplicates things for me, and I don't know why, but it has done that on this one. There's a number of duplicated things, and I'm not ecstatic about that. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is an extraordinarily frustrating thing. I can already tell that all it really did was just project from the front. It didn't actually project from view, or project a cylinder. Like, it doesn't understand what a cylinder is. I must be doing something wrong. Oh. That's fascinating. Smart UV project does or Smart UV project does a fascinating job of just popping this out correctly, almost. I mean, except for a couple of small pieces here, it actually is kind of well done. Huh. The problem is it seems to have done the Ireland. Yeah, so the unwrap has no idea how to handle it without doing islands. I didn't want to have to do islands. I hate doing seams. It seems I have no choice. Like Can's like, I'm supposed to look here and give him the courtesy smile. Yeah. Ah. Okay, well, I guess I will just start making stupid seams. Stupid. I'm activated.
am muted. I have been muted this entire time that I've been trying to talk to you.
I've been trying to figure out why you just didn't want to talk to me. I thought you just hated me.
No, I've been muted. If you look at that, I was actually responding to you.
Oh, I thought you were just making, your drawing, and so I'd make dad jokes, and you'd go.
No, I was actually responding.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, I guess that's kind of, typical. Did it mute you, or did you mute you? Because Okay.
I muted me.
Earlier today, I was having the worst time. Both OBS kept killing my mic and forgetting the line in, and Restream kept auto just selecting the mute button, and it was like the weirdest thing. So strange. So as long as you did it intentionally, I don't have to worry that much. Oh, the tech likes music. Nice. Well, I'm glad to keep you company, Pats, while you're doing the sleep study. Although you'll have to abandon us at some point so that you could, sleep. It's sort of the point of the study. So it's good to have you with us, though. Good night. We'll see you later, Patsy. Thank you. Good luck on your study.
Yeah, this page is turning out nice.
And creepy.
I like the way this page is turning out.
I like it too. I mean, creepy aside, but still creepy. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh.
But are you Super Saiyan?
I was gonna say I'm gonna start saying just can, because I can say that I do. Okay, I'm easily entertained. I'm also kind of stupid, but that's okay. Super Saiyan.
So I don't know if you heard, and this might have been when I was muted. You commented about that looks like a fetus, and it is.
Oh yeah. That's why I said you went creepy on us, which is great because that makes some logical sense. You're a Junji Ito fan. Creepy is sort of in your.
Well, and
saying it looks creepy is actually a compliment. Is really what I guess I'm after.
Yeah, and it's spoilery. I can't go into what that is, but
territory. It's funny how you and I handle spoiler alerts. I'm like sitting there going, "Hey guys, look, this is the bad guy from the next episode." And going ahead and just rolling her out since I can. And you're like, "Yeah, we're not talking about the spoilers in the next episode." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm so totally doing that." It's like everything you and I do. It's different.
It's opposite, you know.
Yeah, it's like we're humans or something weird. Okay. That seems right. Okay, I'm just not going to let this go. I'm actually mad that I'm making seams, so. The only part that's not ready for prime time is the bridge. I would say that went wrong. Okay. I've turned this ship into a much more seemly vessel. Let that go. Okay, you better darn well work now that we've done all this crap. Why did it fail to resolve?
Huh?
It says it's failed to resolve a few of these. One of 46 islands. And I can see them. They're scattered around here weirdly. And it says, seams may need to be added. And I'm like, ugh. Okay. Okay, how are we doing this? Okay, so that's, I mean, other than the weird ones that were just weird, it seems to have not done so horrible. These guys are really strangely screwed up. Other than that, everything seems relatively okay.
Hey, how's it going, Merrick?
Oh, Merrick, how you doing, man?
I just finished the comic page.
Looks like the bridge is just one unit. That's kind of cool and weird, but it's all right. Oh man, it is a grind all right over here. Yeah. Well, we're always glad to have you for even a little bit. If that's, we'll take what we get, man. We're okay with that. Where is this? One wing, but not the other. We didn't do the other wing this way. You don't treat the other wings this way. That's completely bizarre. That's not a real thing.
It's one wing or another. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Sorry. I mean, you know, we're kind of worried about you, but it's all right. It's okay.
What? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. These aren't real. Oh, man. These don't exist. Well, we're making the bad guy ship here over on my side. This is the Commonwealth cruiser, destroyer. And I'm building her, and she's fighting me all the way down, as you might imagine. Every last inch fighting for this stupid cruiser. She's giving me a fight. I don't even know where this is. That's the front. I don't know where that is. You don't even know where that is. You. I don't know where that is. See that? I'm glad I did this your way. Ugh. We couldn't figure it out, so we just parked everything in one spot. Aww. I'm starting to feel this.
There goes my smile.
That's not. That's. Good heavens.
So you're getting to see what we were talking about last night, where he's building a model. He's actually doing one of his ships.
Yep, I'm actually building in one of my starships. This is a bigger ship than the QuaCk. The QuaCk could probably fit in that front saucer. It's a larger ship. It's a destroyer. So the QuaCk is a corvette. It's a much smaller ship, crew of about 45. This guy's a destroyer, crew of about 150. And it's my bad guys. And it only has one engine because I will ultimately obviously duplicate the engine to the other side. Rather than actually model it, I'm going to build the engine as its own unit. That way, when I build larger Commonwealth ships, then I just keep using the same engine and then just giving it more engines and multiple engines and stuff like that. And then it always has a consistency. It's sort of like the warp missiles on a starship, like a Star Trek starship. Like when we talk about things like here is, an Akira class starship from Star Trek, you can see the warp missile has sort of a consistent. It's got a little blue thing and it's got a red thing, so it's always got kind of a consistency to it. So the idea is that we're giving a design ethic that fits. But moreover, if I take any other Federation starship, you still have the same sort of design ethics with the red thing and the blue thing, and it's sort of a long missile. So what I'm doing with this is that just making it so that she has a uniform thing. So the engines I'll just keep reusing. But first we have to figure out what the heck happened here. There's no way that's every single section of this ship.
And that's when he died a little inside.
I really did. It was really difficult doing the stupid seams, and it just looks like all they managed to do was make it so that it didn't help any at all. All I did was just confuse the heck out of everything. That's frustrating. And I did it all just so I could get this piece of the saucer on the front here to match up, so that it'd be. It's very important when I do the model that this saucer be flat all the way around, so that when I put windows on it, I don't end up with windows that are, this wide in the front and this wide on the side. They all have to be uniform. So the saucer has to be projected in a round way. Well, apparently Blender didn't want to work with me on that. It said it wanted to completely come unglued, which made it so that I was fighting with it this entire time and fighting with it all the way down. It doesn't help any that when I built this model earlier today, we had some weird problems with the projection mapping. So, I don't know. This looks like this actually worked like it was supposed to, so I'm just going to leave this exactly where it is.
Okay, and this page is done.
And you said your name, which means I have to take a shot.
Huh?
You said okayan. So I'm like, haha, I have to take a shot. You don't know that rule? The movie rule where if they say the name of the movie in the movie, you have to take a shot. And then if you watch the movie like the horror movie Leprechaun, that means you're drunk by the end of the movie. Babushka God. You could morph into any animal. What would you turn into? I'm booting that to you.
I mean, I draw anthropomorphic, so
I was gonna
for
say.
me, it would probably be the jackal.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have a reason for that.
Oh, okay. I just end up being just a normal cat. I can tell already. That's just the way it goes. Cats and I, we understand each other, except George. No, actually, I understand George pretty well. George and I get along. I don't know where he is. He hasn't been here all night. Actually, it does kind of make me worry about him.
Only because he's so quiet. It's like,
Doing
what
a
is
box.
he doing right now?
It does make me worry about him. I don't know if it's not necessarily the aspect of cat that comes to mind whenever I think of cats, but okay. I might be able to just assemble you. But I don't know where the bottom... Oh, there's the bottom. Oh, man, what a mess. This has become such a phenomenal mess by doing it this way. I don't know. I don't even know where these things are. Oh, see, you just put the entire bottom shell all over the place. Yeah, stick bugs are pretty chill. I gotta give you props on that. That is true. certain amount of. I could probably just. And maybe. Well, I went through a lot of work to make this align correctly. Sadly, I am horribly intimophobic, so under no circumstances would I turn to any bug. I had bad experiences with bugs as a kid, and we don't get along.
My uncle is a etymologist.
Yes, your uncle and I don't get along.
And well, he discovered several species that is actually used in medicine today, in modern
That is
medicine.
kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe your uncle and I will get along. All right. Yeah, they're not so bad, I guess, relatively speaking. So Can is working on his series, which is a Magical Girl series. And I am building a model for my series, which is called Bellatrix Rising. And I now have a thing for it, so I'll put the thing up. Hang on. There. See, there's my thing. That's my storybook. What I do is I mix 3D models with 2D art. So that, like that car that you see in the background there, or that actually it's a spaceship, but it's a car, is a 3D model that I made in Blender. And I am working now today on the enemy spaceship, the bad guy's spaceship, which I will need for the next issue. Issue 1 is complete. And issue 2, see, I know there's 2 here. Issue 2 is on its, I'm starting issue 2. So that's what I'm doing here. And I guess really the interpretation is the real thing is I'm fighting Blender right now because Blender are not having a fun time. We're getting, I don't even know what Blender tried to do. I'm still trying to figure out what Blender was trying to do. Like, I can see that it got one of the side of the gravity fence, but not the other side. And so I'm like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, all of these are just random weirdnesses. They don't really exist. What if I just hit and just take their faces out? Maybe? Yeah, well, okay, so the reason I like Blender, it's free. Yeah. Thank you. Follow us. Coming in from Twitch, so follow us. Yes, definitely. And we do this every night. We're almost done for the night. We usually end at midnight Mountain Time, so we're rolling up on the end of our show for the night. But I'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and we will be back tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Mountain Time. And sometimes Can joins me during the day, and sometimes he doesn't, and that's all fine. Depends on what his workload is. So,
yeah, lately it's been a little rough to get in on the morning,
which is okay. I cry a little, but I get over it in time. As time goes on,
you cry a little bit on the inside.
I cry a little bit.
Oh God, I'm alone.
I'm so alone. Why me? But yeah, so you can join us and everything, and I'll probably still be working on this shit tomorrow. Oh, hey, I didn't show you what I did today, though. This morning on my show, I did a furry.
Oh.
I know, right? Now I wanted to show you that because I'm like, hey, I actually did like a legitimate furry. I don't think that's weird. And yep. Check this guy out.
Oh, I like that.
So I have to do, I'm doing buttons for the convention. And so they wanted a little tanuki that was stealing stuff, mostly cups. So it's an inside joke from the convention. So I finished him up. He was one of 2 buttons I did. I did another button too.
Okay. The page is done.
Hidden it from myself so that I will never find it ever again. That's always useful. I didn't put it in any of the places. Well, okay, I did another button, but you'll have to just have faith that I did that. Oh, I did that Tanuki on stream this morning. This was my morning stream. So I did that on my morning stream this morning, and so I'm a director for the local anime convention. I'm one of the directors. I'm one of 9 directors on the local anime convention. And one of the things that the head director likes to do is give people little awards for different things that happen during the con. And one of them is we have those people in the convention that are, we're wrapping up, so I'm going to switch back to the camera. We have those people in our, in fact, this is the convention right here, not this con. We have those people in the convention who, you know, you'll say, man, we really need a screwdriver to fix this one thing. And they're like, oh, I've got that for you. Hang on. And they'll come back in a few minutes later and they've got a screwdriver. And you're like, where? And they're like, don't ask. I just got it. You know, well, we really need like, you know, a crescent wrench. And poof, here's a crescent wrench. Where do you get these things? You know, so that she calls them tanuki, you know, which is the Japanese word for the little raccoons. And so she wanted a button so that we could give them a button to wear on their lanyards that says that they're a tanuki, which indicates that they managed to procure things, hopefully legally, for the convention.
I like how...
Also, the other one that I did was a Methuselah. I wish I could figure out what I did with my Methuselah because it's so cute. I liked my Methuselah. And I don't know why I can't find it. Is it in my documents? It's not my documents. I would never do that. That would be stupid. Oh, man. I know I made it. I just don't know what I did with it once I made it. I put it somewhere. Oh, there he is. My Methuselah. There we go. This is for the super old guys. Those of us that have literally been with NDK since 1997. So this is my little Methuselah button for her. So she can put them on there too. So.
God, I'm just about at that point.
Right?
I've been going to that convention since 3.
Yeah, this is like the super veterans badge. You've been going to NDK since 3?
Yeah, I have the little blue badge. I showed it to you.
Oh, I legit don't remember because apparently my brain is, you know, a thing. But yeah, the veterans badge. This isn't my normal style though. Like I said, this is my normal style. This is what it normally looks like, but
I kept it all these years. Where did I put it? Maybe it's up there?
So NandasCon, which is the convention that we're talking about here, this NandasCon convention. I mean, this is NandasCon 24, is what it's saying. So, but yeah, I was part of the anime club that was, you know, out in the middle of Denver, just the Denver Anime Club. And I was part of that since 1991. And then that anime club gathered with the two other clubs in Colorado, and they all got together and formed Voltron, or NDK. And so, holy crap. Hey, could you scan that in someday and send me a high resolution scan? Can you scan that in someday and send me that high resolution scan? Oh my God. Oh, you can't scan that in because it's stapled.
But yeah, September 6th, 1999.
Oh man.
And I got it signed by the guy who did Futaba-kun Change.
What was his name? Kumi? No. Come on. He was part of the studio Iron Cat.
But yeah, there you go. There's history right there.
Yeah, could you? I don't know if you can get a good scan of that at all for me.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, see if you can get a good, nice, high-resolution scan, because I don't have any attendee badges from 3. So I've got like my staff badge, but I was on staff, so it's a staff badge, right? Yeah. Oh man, yeah. If you can scan that in, or a high resolution picture from your phone, I don't care, anything that will help me, you know, without the flash probably would be the best.
Oh, let's see,
because it'll be really hard for you to get that badge.
Do you want front and back?
No, I don't need the back. I mean, the back would be cool, but no, go ahead and take a shot of the back too, because I mean, that's just cool. Be part of the archive. Thank you. That's an artifact. I'm so excited. Thanks, Sam. Yay! That was worth going over. Well, Babushka God, we are about to toodle on for the night because it is late McLate here. It is now after midnight here, so time for all of us to head to bed. I have a kiddo that I'm trying to get reorganized because school starts tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. So I need him to be organized so that he'll get up at a reasonable hour and not be a goofball. And thank you for joining us. And also, I mean, definitely thank you to Merrick, who I know probably has already gone to bed. But thank you for joining us as well. And also, as a warning, until I finally get the volume organized. And thank you very much. I'll get the volume organized, but until then, you should all be warned that the volume for the end credits is louder than this. So be aware.
Yes.
Good night, Can. I will see you later. Thank you for the photograph.
See
Bye-bye.
ya.